Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the third grade concept of estimating addition problems. This is standard 3.4b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 8 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a table with snow cones, and we have the number of snow cones sold on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and which answer choice is the best estimate. So there we go. That's going to be a big clue for us for the total number of snow cones sold these 3 days. So total means we are going to need to add. Estimate means we do not need the exact answer. Take a look at the answer choices. 6, 7, 9, and 8. Don't know why they switched the 9 and the 8, but they're not exact numbers. They're just rounded to the nearest hundred. And so what we can do is we can estimate, and there's a few different ways you can estimate. They don't tell you which way to do it, so let's look at a few different ones and see which one we like the best. So the simplest one would be to round to the hundreds place. So let's do that. Let's take a look at I'm going to rewrite these a little bit bigger. 273, 123, and then 305. So when we're rounding to the hundreds place, what we're going to do is we're going to underline the place that we're rounding to. So we're going to round to the hundreds place, the 2, the 1, and the 3 digits. Then we always look to the place immediately to the right. So immediately to the right is going to be the tens place. So the 7, the 2, and the 0. And really what we're looking at is that number 4 or less? If so, it stays the same. Is it 5 or more? If so, you add 1. So something as simple as that. So we're going to take a look at this 7, and this 7 is going to let us know, yeah, that 2 is going to add 1. So that's going to change up to a 3. And then we've got this 2 is 4 than less, so that's going to stay the same. 0 is 4 or less, that's going to stay the same. Because really what we're doing here is we're looking at a number line. We're looking at 200 to 300. Where does that 273 fall? Like your midpoint is 250 right here. So your 273 is going to be way over here, so it's a lot closer to 300. With this 123, we're going to look at the 100 and 200. You got your midpoint is going to be 150. And look at that 123. It's going to be more down here. So that's why it's going to stay at the 100. And then use the 305. That's just 5 above 300. So that's barely above 300. So what we do is we change this first digit right here to a 3. The last thing we need to do is make sure everything else after that turns into a 0. That's how we round. So this 1 stays the same. Everything after it turns into a 0. And this 3 stays the same. Everything after it turns into a 0. So we've got 300, 100, 300. Now we can add that. And so we've got 0, 0, and that's going to be 4, 7. So it looks like 700 might be our answer. I said there's more than one way to do it. We could also use compatible numbers. Now, compatible numbers are numbers that aren't necessarily rounded. Sometimes they are, but they're numbers that are easy to work with. And so take a look at this 273. 273 is really close to 275. And you might be thinking, why would we go to 275? Well, 75, 25, 50 are easy to work with because they kind of remind me of quarters. So this 123 is actually close to 125. You see how they're both just 2 away? And this 305, that's still closest to 300. Now, how does this work when we're adding? Well, we could add it like this, but mentally, really what I'm thinking here is if we want to do mental math, 75 and 25, that makes 100. So I'm just going to add that extra 1 right there, thinking like 75 cents and 25 cents makes an extra $1. So now I've got 1 and 2 make 3, 3 and 1 make 4, and then we've got that extra 3 that's still going to make 700. So either way you do it, rounding to hundreds place, using compatible numbers, it looks like 700 is our best choice. So our answer is going to be G.